Good morning everyone. I am Gayatri Manwade, lecturer in ADFT GPW Hubli. So today's session is on costumes. A fifth topic of fashion design theory subject. Code is 20FT13T. Let us start. History of Indian costumes. So accordingly, history. India is having very vast history towards fashion. Fashion in India is as ancient, started during the period of Indus Valley civilization, which is also known as human civilization. It has been interwoven with Indians' rich heritage and culture brought together from different regions of India. What we are saying now is a collection of different decades of knowledge passed from generation to generation and fashion trends that have evolved till today also. In ancient India, clothes were mainly made up of locally grown cotton fiber. At the period of Indus Valley civilization, people from the rich and affluent communities wore clothes like sari, worn by women especially, that was made up of imported silk, while the rest of the women's they own local fabrics. Women wore knee-length skirts, bangles, necklaces, earrings, anklets, rings, etc. The jewelries which were made up of silver, copper, gold and stones such as turquoise stones, quartz stones and many other similar stones and metals. The men draped turbans on their heads, while kings and priests puttans were used. Men also loved to adorn themselves with jewelries such as finger rings, bracelets, wrist bangles. What is Vedic fashion? What and all happened during the period of Vedic age? During the period of Vedic age, women wrapped themselves with a single running cloth over the shoulder, similar to the people of or women of Iranian and Greek. A lower pleated garment, which is called as paridhana, was wrapped around the waist and pleated with and tucked along with the belt, which is called as mekhala, and a shawl which is draped on the shoulders is called as utriya. Pravana was the garment worn underneath during the cold seasons to protect the body from the cold climate. Both men and women own similar kind of dresses. There was not much difference in the styles of men's and women's in the period of Vedic age. Gupta fashion. During this era, about stitching of garments denoted a great royalty. Clothes could not be cut and sewn into beautiful garments. In the period of Gupta fashion, the Gupta people started sewing or manufacturing the garments for themselves with beautiful fabrics, embroideries paintings. Women mostly went for sari, which was a long piece of fabric, long length of fabric wrapped around their body and tucked. Later on, the choli, the women started wearing choli or blouse, which used to cover the upper part of body. The nobles and the couturiers had their own special costume, which was a long sleeved costume. The kings donned on a blue block printed antariya made up of closely woven silk, and this was draped around the men's hips and between their legs and tucked at the back part. It then flowed from the waist down, then tucked at the front part, just like dhoti. And in the same era, men kept beautiful long curly hairs, and they used to decorate their hairs using different head accessories and headgears. The women beautified their hair with jeweled hair bands, ringlets or chaplets, which were made up of flowers and pearls of different colors. Weaving and embroidery became very popular in this era. The sari and muslin cloth were embroidered by using gold or silver metallic threads as well as pearls used to embellish the surface of the garments of fabric. Indian fashion had gone through major changes from this era. Mughal fashion. During the Mughal Empire, the King Akbar was influenced by the different distinct style of dressing. In this era, Muslims and Hindu culture got combined and a new fashion got introduced with the different historical arts. He dressed in a simple turban with gemstone, a long kurta along with a jacket, which can be seen in the designs of sherwanis of nowadays. He donned fine jewelry in the form of pearl strings. Pearl strings used to drape at the front part, front opening till the pocket part. Heavy rings that symbolize the royalty of kings. The rings which were made up of emerald, and the waistband will be worn, which is jeweled by using emerald stones only. His wife Jodha had an exquisite taste in the fashion from the royal attires. During the period of Mughal fashion, the jama was the main costume. The jama, a long length, tight fitted, long coat, which is tight fitted till the waistline and flared towards the bottom hemline. And along with this, a patka is worn at the waist, and which is jeweled with sword, a painted, hand painted, embroidered and jeweled. Then choga. These chogas are the embroidered long sleeved clothes generally worn with jamas. Angrakas and other garments too. It is generally up to the knee length and is open from the front part. It is not fastened with any buttons or studs. And pagri or turban. This was a common attire of the Mughal kings and their dignity. They subjected to proclaimed to show their status and royalty. To give a turban to somebody means you are relinquishing their power or submitting some powers to them. On the other hand, the forcible removal of a turban was considered as mortifying the person's disgrace. And at the same era, Mughals era, the woman used to wear different head ornaments along with the peshwas, alak, pajama, churidar, shalwar, dilja, ghagra and furs. These all included head ornaments along with the anklets and necklaces. Just see the image over here, an image of Mughal Azam film. The actress is totally jeweled, worn along with anarkali salwar pajama. This was done as a distinctive mark and the prosperity and their rank in the society. To show the dignified personality towards the society, the women used to wear the headgears. Headdresses were often worn by Mughal women with various styles. Thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed the session. Let us see you in the next session.